The fragile peace in Kashmir shattered on May 5, 2025. A devastating attack ripped through Pahalgam, killing 26 civilians and injuring dozens more. India blamed Pakistan, accusing them of supporting terrorist groups. Pakistan denied involvement but vowed a strong response to any Indian aggression. This attack has reignited long-standing tensions between the two nuclear-armed neighbors. The region has been hotly contested since the partition of India and Pakistan in 1947. Both countries claim Kashmir in its entirety, divided by a heavily militarized line of control. The attack in Pahalgam is a grim reminder of the human cost of this decades-long conflict. The international community condemned the attack and called for restraint from both India and Pakistan. The world watched nervously, hoping this crisis would not escalate into a full-blown war. India responded to the Pahalgam attack with fury. On May 7, 2025, India launched Operation Sindoor. This involved coordinated missile strikes against 9 targets inside Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. India claimed these were preemptive strikes against terrorist infrastructure. However, the geographic scope of the strikes shocked many international observers. Some targets were deep inside Pakistan's Punjab province, far from the line of control. Pakistan denied the sites were terrorist camps, claiming civilian casualties and vowing to respond forcefully. Pakistan also claimed to have shot down 2 Indian fighter jets, capturing 1 pilot. Both sides deployed additional troops and military hardware to the border region. The international community watched with growing alarm, fearing the situation could spiral out of control. As details of the strikes emerged, reports of civilian casualties began to surface. International journalists documented the destruction, suggesting dozens of civilians had been killed or injured. These reports sparked outrage and condemnation from around the world. The United Nations called for an immediate cessation of hostilities and urged both sides to exercise restraint. Several countries, including the United States, China, and Russia, issued statements expressing deep concern. However, these appeals for peace seemed to fall on deaf ears. Both India and Pakistan dug in their heels, justifying their actions and blaming the other side. In India, Prime Minister Modi faced pressure to take a hard line against Pakistan. In Pakistan, the military establishment rallied public opinion against India, portraying the strikes as an act of aggression. The Pakistani government sought to internationalize the conflict, highlighting the plight of the Kashmiri people. As tensions between India and Pakistan soared, the world held its breath. A conflict between 2 nuclear-armed nations seemed like a terrifying possibility. Both countries possess a deadly arsenal of nuclear weapons and the risk of miscalculation was real. The potential consequences of a nuclear conflict were too horrific to contemplate. World leaders frantically worked the phones trying to prevent a catastrophic escalation. The United Nations Security Council prepared to invoke emergency protocols. Despite the global outcry, tensions remained dangerously high. Both India and Pakistan seemed locked in a deadly game of chicken, each side unwilling to back down. The world watched and waited, hoping that cooler heads would prevail. The fate of millions, perhaps billions, hung in the balance. After days of agonizing tension, a fragile peace took hold. Backchannel negotiations led by the United States and China yielded a tentative agreement. Both India and Pakistan agreed to a ceasefire along the line of control and a gradual withdrawal of troops. The captured Indian pilot was released back to India as a gesture of goodwill. While the immediate crisis was averted, the underlying tensions remained unresolved. The future of Kashmir, the root cause of the conflict, remained contentious. Both India and Pakistan continued to claim the territory in its entirety. The international community breathed a sigh of relief at the news of the ceasefire. However, the risk of renewed conflict remained high. The world watched, hoping that both India and Pakistan would seize this opportunity to forge a new path towards peace.